you're welcome back, my people. Let us look into what is happening in the north. As you can see, the north is on fire concerning what is going on right now between these two ethnic groups, the Hausa and the Fulanis. Heavy attack and heavy brawl is now going between two of them concerning ethnic cleansing and the grabbing of land and the who is the people that they are killing every day in the north. In this video, you are going to understand who is being attacked and the people that they are facing and how the Fulanis have come to cleansing the co-Hausas. It is only language that the Hausa have, but do you see leadership? Do you see land? Do you see other things? They don't have it. The only thing they have, they can speak, is only language. That is all. But the others, they don't. In fact, in this video, our brother is going to explain to us a lot of things that is going on in the north. He's a northerner and he understands what their people is facing and the main reason why they are now allying with the Biafran people, begging them to come for their aid and to come to help them, because as it is, they don't have any option than to surrender. And then, as you can see, they have already surrendered. The other day, the Plateau governor keep pleading to the east concerning the genocide that Gowon committed on the Igbos, begging the Igbos that they should forgive them, that they don't know why they join hand with the Fulanis to fight against the Igbo. But what happens there is Gowon. Until today, Gowon has never come out to apologize for the evil he has done to the eastern region. Until date, he is still claiming that he did everything he do for the one Nigerianness. Today, look at the one Nigeria. Everything has gone astray. Just watch and you understand what is really happening. Mostly at the end of this video, then you understand that the Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is totally gone as we are speaking right now, because heavy attack and heavy blow and heavy thing is happening in the north. Not only in the north, in the whole Nigeria, but it is worst in the north. I was about to watch, like, subscribe and share for everyone to see things going on in Nigeria.
What is wrong with Hausa people saying they want to identify as an ethnic group of their own without having any affiliation with the Fulanis? What is wrong with that? Hausa people didn't see.
Hello, what's up, guys? In this video, Northerners are crying out in shock as they expose what they call a Hausa genocide happening right now across the northeast, northwest, and north central. They say Fulanis who came in disguise as Hausa-Fulani have taken over their lands, their politics, their traditional rulers, and even their religious leaders. As a result, Hausa people are left with only their language while their villages are emptied and their people are gone. And it gets more troubling when you look at Sokoto State. Over 60 villages have been forced into one small IDP camp. Look closely, not a single Fulani among the victims, yet some still claim it is Fulani against Fulani. Northerners say that is a complete lie. Now, one strong voice from the Middle Belt explained it is not a farmer-herder clash, not even a religious war. He calls it ethnic cleansing, an attempt to wipe the Hausa people off their own land so Fulanis can take full control. He warns the same thing is already creeping into Plateau, Benue, Taraba, and beyond. Meanwhile, the government stays silent. Over 200 people are still held in the bush with no help coming. But wait until you hear the full story of how this Hausa-Fulani trick has completely backfired. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
I am not Hausa, so why do I keep on talking about Hausa's Allah, Hausa's Allah, Hausa's Allah? This is because the whole world needs to know what is happening in Nigeria, and particularly up north. Everybody needs to understand that, and I stand to benefit actually from it. But when people think that my benefit is that I'm going to cause a rift between the Hausa and the Fulani, that is not it. The first thing I'm going to benefit when this plays out is that the north will become a better place. Nigeria will be better for it. and my land in Plateau State, in Jos particularly, will be secured. Because these same people who have entered and sneaked into northern Nigeria under the guise of religion, who have cheated the people, took over their rulership, took over their land and their traditional titles, took over the government of their lands, are coming to do the same thing in Plateau State. That is the reason why we have continuous crisis in the Middle Belt. Very Dark Man came out and said it is because of this and because of that. You can see that Very Dark Man did not even follow up with that conversation, because after that his eyes opened to the reality of what is happening. We have an alien set of people who have crept into Nigeria. They faked a religion. They faked it that they are Muslims, and so the Muslims welcomed them and kept them. But when they came and populated and became a number and they feel they have arrived, they took over the land. They are the governors, they are the traditional worshippers, traditional leaders, they are the religious leaders of these people, and now they are creeping into the Middle Belt, and the target is that they want to subdue the whole of Nigeria. So there is an ethnic cleansing going on. There is a Hausa genocide going on in Nigeria. There is a Hausa genocide. There is a group of people called Fulani who have entered into Nigeria. They want to sweep off the Hausa people and take over their lands and take over their heritage. Today in Nigeria, they tell you that there is nothing like the Hausa people, that the Hausa people have intermarried with the Fulani people, that you don't have any Hausa breed, that the only thing left in Nigeria is the Hausa language. How do you have a people? How do you have a language without the people? Excuse me. How do you have a language without the people? The Hausa language is the 11th language ranked in the world, but they are here to snuff them out. So Christians Hausa people are being killed, Muslim Hausa people are being killed. They are killing people, and because of how blood drunk they are, they can't even finish with the north and the Middle Belt. You can also feel them in the west and in the east. So when I come out and then I support the Hausa people or the Hausa Zala movement, it is because I see a people who have been subdued, a people who have been tricked, a people who have been cheated, a people who have been taken out of their rightful place, and it is not fair. We cannot have a productive Nigeria if everybody does not get what belongs to him or what is rightly his. So I'm calling on my brothers. The Igbo people are already getting a hint of it. The Yoruba people are already voicing out. And my brethren in the Middle Belt, be you a Christian, be you a Muslim, even up north, we have to come up and ensure that this foreign element that have entered into our country and are trying to take over our heritage, our God-given land, that we drive them back to where they are coming from. We have to put them where they belong. Foreigners cannot come and be calling shots in Nigeria. If you see any form of terrorism, if you see any ill kind of behavior, look and watch it closely. You will discover that there is a hint or a touch of these foreign elements. So I will keep on talking about it, and I will keep on speaking about it. Hausa Zalla, Ikon Allah. We want the Hausa man to rule his land. We want to know who owns the north. When an Igbo man lives to the north, the Igbo man wants to know in whose hand he is. When the Yoruba man leaves the west and goes to the north, he wants to know who is in charge. He wants to know who he should submit to in that person's land. When everybody from the north goes to the east, you know that you are submitting to the Igbo. You go to the west, you know that you are submitting to the Yoruba. Why is it that when it comes to the north, it's different? Is the Hausa man that useless that he cannot govern his own land? And we are talking about a big number of people, over 70 million people. You cannot sideline 70 million people and expect that the country will go well. That is what we're talking about. So in case you are in the east or in the west and you do not know what is happening, there is a Hausa genocide. There is a foreign breed of people in our country killing people left, right, and center. And the essence is not because of farmer header clash or anything they want to call it. It's not even a religious war. It is an ethnic cleansing. They want to wipe off the Hausa people from the face of the earth. So please lend your voice and let's make sure that the right thing is done.
Tinubu, our people are suffering. These are Hausa people. All these people, there is no single Fulani among these people. No single Fulani here. But they are telling you that all the people who are affected by these Fulani atrocities are all Fulani. They are saying that they are lying to you that Fulani are killing Fulani. It is lie. It is Hausa genocide that is going on in Nigeria. Hausa people have been taken away from their villages. All their villages. This is a small town, but there are over 60 villages that are camping here as an internally displaced people. No government help that is coming out from anywhere. Government is not helping them. Government about that then Allah is there any Fulani man here? No. There is no Fulani man. So why are you telling us that it is Fulani that are killing Fulani? Yes, you see, they are lying. All the governors, any visitor come from president to go and visit any state, they will show Fulani cultural attires, which meaning that the place, the northern Nigeria is a Fulani country. Well, it is a lie. Yes. There is no single Fulani that is affected by this Fulani atrocity. All the unaliving of our people is done by Fulanis, and it is affecting only Hausa people. No single Fulani man that is here. Babu Babalatani Anna. We are the ones who are voting you to all these positions that you are. Yes. Mune muke zabarku. Amade mu the curtains are there. Kuma amma mune ne kuke kashewa. Wannan ba zai yi ba. Duk wanda yake so Hausawa su zabe shi to ya ba su tsaro. Idan dan majalisa ne mutum, idan ka san ba za ka sai wa yan sa kai bindigogi irin na yan ta'adda ba. To kada ma ka koma ka ce za ka zo wai su baka kuɗi. Wannan kawai a mana su a san kwata ne fa nan. Suna cewa akwai tsaro. Ƙarya suke. Hausawa ina roƙon ku zaɓi da haushe ɗan uwanku. In duk mutumin da ba ɗan uwanku bane ba haushe kasu ku zaɓe shi. Saboda su suna taimakawa ƴan uwansu da rubin dokokin da kuke gani suna kashe. In an yi magana su ce wai mu musulmai ne ƴan uwan musulmai. Musulmi ɗan uwan musulmi ne da aka yi kashi yana la ilaha illallah kai magana la ilaha illallah. Shi ba zai yi ba. So da haka ni daga ƙungiyar Hausawan Najeriya ne. Kungiyar Hausawa kungiyar ku ce. Ba ma so a tashi hankali ba mu ce a tsani Fulani ba mu ce ka taba ba Fulani ba ruwanka da shi. Amma lallai ba Haushe dan uwanka ne ko ina yake. Kuma ka ji kishin dan uwanka. And there is no help coming from government. Gwamnati ba ta taimako su ko guda ɗaya. Kullum sai sun kashe mu da sun dauka. Kullum people who are in Fulani bandit captivity now. Yes. They are the brothers to these people. Over 200 of them in the bushes. And nobody is talking about it. Yes. Nobody, because it is in the north. Because it is in the north that is happening. That is why nobody is going to talk about the Hausa people who have been abducted, who have been taken to bush and be unalived there. So please and please, government, we need your help. We need you to come to this place and help these people. This is Ungwalale in Sokoto State.
Soldier Boy said, humanity before religion, Hausa language before any other language, and the internet caught fire. The only time that you know that we have active northern social media users is when you talk about religion or this Hausa Zalla campaign. What is wrong with Hausa people saying they want to identify as an ethnic group of their own without having any affiliation with the Fulanis? What is wrong with that? Hausa people didn't say Fulani, don't be Fulani. They said, we want to identify as Hausa Zalla, be your Fulani, amamu Hausawani. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? This thing is as simple as anything. I don't want to.
You see this video where I've been posted where Hausa has the protest for Sokoto say Fulani is the party, bro. 95% of our problem is solved already. I tell you, say Tinubu go make it happen. Now by strategy, no be gragra. Right, Jagaba for comment section. Houses I don't declare. I'ma tell you now, house has plenty. Fulani is no plenty, but they go school. So they feel say they wise. They feel say house has mumu. You understand? Fulani man pikin no go ever do a ramajuri. Buy something, give her, I no go take. I swear to God, I don't stay for naught. What I don't know. So all these Fulanis, they go school, now they be those governors, now they be those emirs, now they be those Islamic scholars. So they feel say houses mumu, they go come go package mass wedding, marry plenty, can't give houses. Houses go come born, they go come they use that number, they win election. Now it don't they backfire. You understand? They go they use that house of Fulani, they deceive us. Now it don't they backfire. Houses don't they wake up. Now houses plenty, they go take back their land. Shegumi will tell you say modern equation about him. He send him picking go graduate for Defense Academy. So these Fulani, they think say they wise. They think say they wise. See, their cup don't full already. And normal real Hausa person no fit buy person. I swear to God. Now Fulani they do that rubbish. Jagaba for comment section. Don't worry, this country go let us sweet.
This talk where I want to talk now, I suppose that's kokoma, as in, make that they play Igbo song, beneath song, mix am with Yoruba song, you know, make her they dance, they show my dancing skill, because if this one come to reality, oh my God, honestly, I need to throw party for my area. If this thing go happen, now I need to throw party for my area. Now come name the party Jagaban. Jagaban Boku of Nigeria. In fact, I go even, oh my God, I go do coronation. You know, say Jagaban don't do that. He don't collect that Jagaban tete. Me go come do party. They relaunch that Jagaban, because if it happen, truly you be Jagaban of Africa. Not before Nigeria. You be Jagaban of Africa. Honestly, if truly you feel remove Fulani caliphate, come out for this country, oh boy, we go happy. Let them come in as first way come also for Nigeria. Not be said they go come in, come they rule over the people of Nigeria. This nonsense must stop. This rubbish must stop. It can't continue anymore. In the military, remove every Fulani come out. No Fulani man is entitled to run for any political office in this country. No Fulani man should be allowed to take or to run for any political office in this country. They are not law-abiding citizens at all. Everything they are doing in this country, they are acting, behaving like a betrayer, and they should be treated like one. There's no peace in their dictionary, and we need to give them that pieces they want. I will be the most happiest person. Honestly, as I promise, if this one go happen, I go throw party for Jagaban. Honestly, DJ go play, we all go roll. I go just say I dey throw party for Jagaban. Honestly, and I know they cap. This one they talk live, it go happen. Honestly, and I never know wetin God given her for this country. I say Jagaban for life. Tulumbu for life. Honestly, I know the cap. That man too much. He's brained. Every politician in this country should get close to learn from Jagaban. He plays the game well. He knows the game, and he is the game.
This whole wave of like, there's no such thing as Hausa-Fulani, there's only Hausa, there's only Fulani, a lot of it is rooted in some weird tribalistic sentiment, and a lot of it is really xenophobic. I'll even go as far as to say that. And it's making you point fingers at the wrong people. First of all, there's a lot of semantics at play, right? When people say that there's no such thing as Hausa-Fulani, what are they talking about? Clearly, there's a phenomenon of Hausa people and Fulani people intermarrying for centuries now, interacting at length for centuries now. So when you say there's no such thing as Hausa-Fulani, are you saying there's no ethnic group with that name? If a bunch of people who are Hausa and a bunch of people who are Fulani say, hey, we are collectively Hausa-Fulani, that's what it becomes, right? That's not to say that you as a Hausa person need to identify as Hausa-Fulani, or a Fulani person needs to identify as Hausa-Fulani, or a Hausa person needs to identify as Fulani, and or vice versa. But we're not using our brains when we have these conversations. Somebody using the term Hausa-Fulani might also be using the term on themselves to say, hey, I am both of these things. I'm Hausa and I am Fulani. How do you know what they mean unless you ask clarifying questions? Those clarifying questions don't happen in a lot of these conversations. What I think sits at the root of a lot of this behavior is that a lot of Hausa people don't want to get grouped in with the Fulani people who get grouped in with the idea of banditry, terrorism, whatever. So they say, yo, don't include me in this. I'm not part of that. And a lot of people think that this fixes the issue with them instead of just being against the idea of stigmatizing somebody in general. But what people don't understand is a lot of Southerners don't look at it like that. A lot of Southerners group all those people, right, and not just Hausa and Fulani people, as Northerner, right? That's what a lot of people do. So you're not necessarily escaping any problem by just saying, hey, I'm not them. This doesn't even just stop with Northerners, to be honest, right? If somebody thinks you're Fulani, they're probably just going to treat you how they would treat a Fulani person. I'm sure a lot of us have seen the video of that lady in the bus where she said that the cops were specifically stigmatizing Fulani people. How would they have been able to do that? Are they going to do a DNA test? Are they going to go look at your family history? No, they're probably just going to say, hey, I think that this person is Fulani, therefore treat them how you would treat a Fulani person. Maybe it is in everybody's best interest if we treat Fulani people like people and be against the idea of stigmatization in general. Why don't you just treat people like human beings? Why don't you treat people nicely regardless of their tribe?
In 1804, a Muslim scholar, launched a religious reform movement in West Africa. He said he wanted to purify Islam, that he wanted justice, that the Hausa rulers were corrupted and were corrupting the ways of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he launched a jihad, a holy war, and his name is Usman Dan Fodio. I call him the father of banditry in Nigeria. And within decades, the movement he started had created one of the largest slave empire in world history. Usman Dan Fodio was a Fulani scholar, a Muslim theologian in what we know today as northern Nigeria. And when he launched the jihad, the holy war in 1804, it was supposedly to be against the Hausa rulers because they were quote and unquote liberal Muslims. They were not following the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of the prophet to the T. His movement was successful, and within years, his followers had established what we know as the Sokoto Caliphate that stretched across the now northern Nigeria, Cameroon, Niger, and Benin Republic, making it the largest state in the 19th century sub-Saharan Africa. History taught in the classroom, even across Africa, has conveniently left out that the caliphate expanded through military conquest. They have also left out that the caliphate generated captives, non-Muslims, from this conquest. A Muslim scholar, a professor at the University of Mississippi, Mohammed Bashir Salawu, said in his work, Plantation Slavery in Sokoto Caliphate, by the mid-19th century, he gave an estimate that about half of the population of the caliphate were enslaved. Get that straight. This is the population of about 8 million people. So that means that 4 million out of 8 million were enslaved in a single Islamic state about the same time that the Western abolitionists were fighting abolition of slavery across the Atlantic. Another historian, Paul E. Lovejoy, also states that the Sokoto Caliphate exported slaves from about 3,000 to 6,000 human beings per year between the years of 1810 to 1830, and it increased to about 4,000 to 8,000 per year between 1830 to 1870. Imagine that population leaving a state yearly. Let me be clear here that Usman Dan Fodio did not enslave Africans despite his Islamic convictions. Rather, he enslaved Africans, non-Muslims, or those who are called liberal Muslims because of his Islamic convictions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him that permission to follow it. And when he looked through the sunnah of the prophet, he realized that he was doing the right thing. Again, this teaches us something very important right here, that piety and injustice are not always opposites, and sometimes one is used to justify the other.
Whether he is apologizing on behalf of General Yakubu Gowon, who led the Nigerian Civil War against the Biafra, or the war they refer to as Nigerian Civil War, Nigerian Biafra War, whether he is apologizing on behalf of Gowon, that is what people don't know. But the Plateau State Governor, Governor Mwang, has apologized to Igbos, saying that the Plateau people were deceived to have joined Nigeria during the Civil War to fight against the Igbos. So I saw this news, first of all, from from Guardian newspaper. So I went to check whether is this thing actually true before I could, go ahead to publish it. I also verified it from the government of Plateau State. Their verified handle on Facebook and other social media platforms. I saw it as posted. I also see it on Punch newspaper. So many media houses have reported it. And not only that, the Plateau State government, they themselves with their verified handle on Facebook also publish it. So I read through it, and the governor was, saying that Igbos has been the most trusted partner with the Plateau people after the Civil War till date. Igbos are in a 17 local government in Plateau State, and that the commitment to building the new Plateau State is something that people should join hands together to build it. What the Plateau State governor said is not just the main problem, and that is not the essence of this video, because that is what every normal person should talk about. But I'm going to look into what led the Plateau State governor to apologize on behalf of his state about the civil war that happened so many years ago. What made him to apologize? He is not the first Plateau governor. There have been so many governors after the civil war till today. And Yakubu Gowon is still alive, who led the civil war. He has not officially apologized. No. Gowon have not apologized officially. If he has done that, I don't know. I've not seen it. But I only know that Gowon said that he fought the war for the unity of Nigeria. And most of the time, I used to ask people, does Nigeria look like what you fought to kill almost 5 million people to keep one? Is Nigeria one now? Anyway, now, let's understand the details of this man's statement. I'm talking about the governor of Plateau State. Then after that, stay with me. Let me tell you what made this governor to apologize. All right, this is another one from Punch newspaper. And let us see what it reads. The Plateau State Governor, Mwang, has apologized to the Igbo community for the role the state played during the Nigerian Civil War, saying the people of Plateau were deceived into participating in the conflict. Speaking during an interactive section with Igbo leaders from the 17 local government areas of the state at the government house, NATO Refit Jos, Mwang urged both sides to put the painful chapter behind them and strengthen the bonds of unity. According to a report by The Guardian, so Punch newspaper is now quoting Guardian. On Monday, the governor commended the Igbo community for its contribution to Plateau State's socio-cultural development, describing them as an integral part of the state's growth and prosperity. He noted that the Plateau had remained one of the most accommodating states for the Igbo people since the end of the Civil War, and recalled that compensation had been paid for some of the losses suffered during the conflict. I never knew about the compensation paid by Plateau State to Igbo people because of the losses during the Civil War. Now, let us come back to the reality. What made this man to apologize? It has nothing to do with economic growth. Igbos are developing Plateau. No. Everything he said could be true, but that is not the reason why he apologized. Now, listen. As I'm talking now, I'm refreshing my memory, watching the video where the Plateau State Governor Mwang with his aides and commissioner, they were standing in front of the soldiers, military officers. Then the civilians, the people that the terrorists came to raid their house to kill, the civilians were telling the governor, look at this army officer. He is the one telling the terrorists where to burn. He was the one telling the terrorists to burn that church. He was the one telling the terrorists to kill these people, this person, this person, this person. The governor was shocked. A soldier was telling terrorists, people to kill, where to burn. And the soldier was standing there in front of governor. And the civilians, they were accusing the soldier. Mwang have seen what Nigeria is. Mwang have seen that, like in Plateau State now, every week, the terrorists kill minimum of 10 people. It's now a constant thing. Every week, people must die. Terrorists must kill people. Every week. Then, I started asking myself, where is Gowon? I am asking this question because Gowon said he fought the civil war to keep Nigeria one. You fought the civil war to keep Nigeria one, and your people are still fighting the war up to today. Your people are dying mercilessly like chicken. Nigeria is now killing your people. The Nigeria you bring together as one is now killing your people. Even your village and environs, they are no longer at home. Running scatter, death everywhere, grave everywhere. Then the question is this. If you fought a war to keep Nigeria one, and up to today, Nigeria is never one, there is an indication to tell you that Ojukwu was right. Ojukwu was right. Now, this governor have seen a lot of things that have gone wrong. Mwang have seen a lot of things that have gone wrong. Mwang have seen how his people are dying every day. This governor is helpless. But he is now remembering, he's recalling what led to the civil war. What the Fulani militia, what the jihadists are doing to his people now. What the Boko Haram, the ISWAP are doing to his people now in the name of Sharia. That is what they were doing to people from the south. You know, that time, once you mention Igbo, they believe everybody from the south, apart from Yoruba people, are Igbos. That was what they were doing to the Igbos. Pogrom, killing them, putting their heads on the car, going to the south. That was what Ojukwu saw. Ojukwu said, this is a task that we must accomplish to save our people. They know why they remove history from curriculum. They know why they don't want you to study history. Because you will know how this problem started in Nigeria. You will know how this problem started even before Nigeria got independence. Once they hear that Nigeria was about to have independence, they started killing Igbos. Why? Because they are afraid that, Igbos are the one on top. And they will dominate. Southerners are on top, they will dominate. They started killing people because of they just hear about independence. And that delayed Nigerian independence. And that is why so many countries like Ghana, they got independent before Nigeria. People should understand history. And you see, when you fail to understand where you are coming from, you will be lost. So many people are confused today about Nigeria because they don't know where this thing is coming from. But Governor Mwang understood that this problem was not about Igbos. What the Igbos saw and said, we are leaving Nigeria, the Plateau State are seeing it after 50-something years, maybe 60 years. It is now that Plateau State people are saying it. What Igbos saw 50 years ago. I pity Plateau people. You see, every now and then I follow this equipping the persecuted. They used to give intelligence about the attack. Today they will tell you that terrorists are about to attack here, they're about to attack here, they're about to attack your local government. And once they say it, it will happen. These terrorists, their heads, I saw so many of them on social media, on Facebook, threatening to still attack Plateau people. Like, Gowon is saying all these things. And he remember he is the problem why his people are dying. You see, one of the major problems we have in Nigeria is that almost 80% of Nigerians don't have independent mind. They don't have ability to reason independently. They can't come out to reason and talk independently. Before they talk, they will remember their political person who is feeding them, the person they are begging money, the person who gives them work, the person they are begging to put them as councillor or local government chairman. They are not independent. And there is no how you can succeed. There is no how a revolution can happen. There is no how people can defeat evil if they don't have independent mind. The mind of so many Nigerians are dependent on the politicians. Either they are dependent on politician or a pastor or a imam. They don't have independent mind. Like, this is what this person is saying, the politician. But no, this is what I want. This is what is right. They don't know what is right though. If their oga say that evil is right, they will defend the evil as the right thing. The lack of independent mind is killing Nigeria. It's what has killed Nigeria because as far as I'm concerned, it's a past tense. Nigeria is gone. Lack of independent mind. A politician may come out today and just do empowerment. Everybody will be on their new. I beg, I need empowerment. Then the politicians will use the opportunity like a symbiotic relationship in a perverse manner. They will not be looting the money that belongs to the people, the money for your healthcare, the money for the hospital, the money for your free education, and so on and so forth to do roads, street light for you. They are now going to use it to buy, washing machine, this and that. They call it empowerment for you. They are using only the 10%. And people will be begging more so that they will be one of the beneficiaries. Like, it's a symbiotic relationship in a perverse manner.
Oh yes, very, very shocking. If you watch to this extent, to this stage, we say, well done. This is because of you want the betterment of your country. That is why. Starting from the beginning to the end, you all have seen the complaint, the problem, the trauma, the cleansing, and the ethnic group that has been affected in the country. And the people, the symbol, the logo, the image that they used to show whenever they are coming to Aso to appeal that they are being maltreated or the ethnic group is being killed, that the people that they used to brought is the Fulanis. Everything is happening right here, and you all have seen it. Nigeria, as we used to say, is gone. These days is no more. Igbo is the problem. It's no more. Now they have now opened their eyes. It is good to go to school. You see, the worst thing that will happen to any human being is not to be educated. They hide a lot of things under book. Once you open your book, start reading, there are many things that you are going to see, and there are many things that you are going to learn that you have never learned in your life. That is what is happening in the north right now. That is why you see there is a lot of heavy blow and heavy hits coming out in the north. The thing that saved the eastern region and the western region is because of they went to school early and they understand themselves earlier before the Usman Danfodio start understanding to fight down to the east Although the Eastern people have already learned what it means not to accept those kind of people. That is why you see that they did not enter. Because if you are looking into the side of the pre-colonial masters, the Lord Lugard, his own aim is not even thinking about your well-being. He's thinking about how he's going to make his money, his wealth, his resources. If you like the Christians die, he don't care. His own thinking is how he's going to take his own wealth, his own resources out from your land to his own foreign country. So he don't care. What is saving the eastern region today is the continual resistance of the evil of this group of people. That is the it. And the people that they are using to penetrate as it stands now is the governors, is the chairman, the kings, and some of them that is collecting bribe from the people that is coming to cleansing the land. Because Lord Lugard placed those people to become their guidance, their monitor over their own land, because Nigeria is being bought by Lord Lugard after going to their home. The British sold it to the Fulanis. Today, the Fulani is in control of everything you are seeing in the country. The problem we have in Nigeria is history. They don't teach us history in the school. We don't have it in our curriculum. They remove history. Today, they are not talking about Islamic religion to be in Nigerian curriculum. Then leaving history beside, removing history total from the Nigerian school for you to see how those people plan everything with the government. Although once you are asking who is the government, they are the Fulanis. No matter who you think your governor is, the people that is controlling him is a Fulani man. That is the people that is controlling him, because the security, the military, the police, the everything you are seeing, their leadership, the people who is in control, they are the Fulanis. So nobody. Then the person that have the gun is the person that have the power, not you. Not you. Now, the North, coming down to the North, they have now started getting some knowledge inside them. They have now seen that the people that they used to direct them to, that these people is the problem, they are not the problem. The type of cleansing and the type of other living that is going in the North right now, we have not witnessed it even during the war, even during the Civil War. They have not. You go to a community, you will see a full community that is so big to the extent that is even, because if you come to the North, one local government is up to a state in the East. You will see 2 local government, 3 local government being wiped out. Nobody you will see within for more than 20 something kilometer, 50 kilometer. Nobody you will see. The only people you will see is a cow and some of the Fulani's huts within there. They have taken over. When the own indigene, the real indigene, they are just running away for their life, or you will be seeing mass grave everywhere. So they have made those people to become worthless, to become nothing, to become useless. And that is why you see many of them is rising up today to speak and to defend themselves. But what we see is that it is too late for them. It is too late. It is only God that will save them. It is only God. They use religion to come, to conquer them, and to place them to become nothing. And as Mokocha have already said, Nigerians have no independence of their own. Every Nigeria, every individual in the country, they believe what their religious leaders say to them or what their politicians say to them. They never believe or they never think to their own sense. They never one day start sitting down, start thinking what will I do so that this will be so better for me. What they are thinking is either their religious leader tell them, look at what you will do. Either that thing is good or that thing is bad. As long as it's coming from the religious leader, they will do it. And again, as long as it's coming from the politician, they will do it. So nobody have that kind of mindset to sit down, to start thinking what what will I do to benefit my life, my people, and my nation? What they are thinking is only one side, and that one side is affecting the whole country today. That is why you say the country is bleeding every day. Nobody is safe. Everywhere is crying. Once Nigeria happened to you, you understand that the country is not meant for you. It's meant for a certain group of people that is there to enjoy, to embezzle your money, and to destroy your life. At the end, you will die. They will promise you that you are going to so where. At the end, that will be the end of it. In fact, I would like to hear your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things going on in the country. So thank you for watching.